The Las Vegas Strip at night is spectacular. The lights, the fountains, crowds of visitors. But the Las Vegas Strip in the day is just okay. It's kind of like when they turn the lights on in Space Mountain or something. It's a very uneven mix of styles and quality with a ridiculously wide 12-lane, count 'em, 12-lane urban arterial running through the center. The streets and cross streets are so wide that most have to be traversed using pedestrian overpasses. Now, I know that most people don't come to Las Vegas for a quiet daytime stroll along Las Vegas Boulevard, unless they're a nerdy city planner making their first visit to the city, like me. But still, it doesn't take an expert to see that this road could work better for visitors, hotel staff, and anyone who thinks it's a hassle to ride an escalator to cross a street. And besides, it's not just about simply fixing a street. What if the Las Vegas Strip could become a model for urban transportation and even an attraction into its own right? That would be pretty cool. I'm back home from Las Vegas, only about $20 poorer from the slot machines, and I think the Strip has a ton of potential. In this video, we're going to redesign that roadway together. I'll share with you the process I used to develop initial concepts, a process you can borrow and use in your own communities. So let's get started after the bike bell. Where do we start? I like to start by defining the problem. What's wrong with the street, block, city, area, region, neighborhood that you're interested in? The best way to discover a problem is by using the space and checking your gut. Do you feel safe there? Comfortable? Is there something missing that you wish existed? I pretty clearly stated the problem with the Strip in the intro, and this opinion came from walking several hours along the Strip. I don't think I'm alone in my opinion either. Many people hop from one casino to another, but the distances between casinos are long and the pedestrian environment is a mixed bag. There is decent bus transit, but when I tried to use it, there were some bunching issues and full buses. At this point in the process, I'm not yet proposing a solution. I don't know if these access issues could be remedied by better bike lanes, better walkability, more transit, or something else entirely. But we know that there's a problem, and that's a good place to start. The next step is to see if this is a known problem with a forthcoming solution. I like to read existing plans for the area to see if planners have identified the problem I've identified. In the case of this Strip, I know that it's not actually in the city of Las Vegas, but in the unincorporated communities of Clark County, Nevada. A quick visit to Google shows that the county is reconstructing sections of Las Vegas Boulevard. The projects include water and sewer main replacements, road resurfacing, lighting improvements, and some pedestrian crossing upgrades. There's no grand reimagining of the Strip in the works. The next place to check is the area's regional transportation plan. Each metropolitan region in the United States is required to have one to receive federal funding for transportation projects. This document will give us a look ahead to see if any new projects are planned for the Strip. Access 2050 is the name of the plan, and according to its list of projects, there's nothing transformative in the works, except for an offhanded mention that the Boring Company's underground people mover could expand. No thanks. One piece of information I did come across during the process was traffic counts for the Strip. The road sees about 60,000 vehicles per day. This is only somewhat more than the 50,000 pedestrians per day. And if you add transit passengers to this equation, drivers and passengers in personal vehicles may not even be a majority of Strip road users, despite getting a majority of the space. We've identified a problem and the regional plans don't offer much of a solution. The next step is to do an existing conditions survey, essentially a site visit. We should use all 5 of our senses to really understand the space as deeply as possible. It'll help us devise a solution. This is when I started taking dozens of video clips of everything that interested me about the physical landscape of the Strip. I noticed the massive intersections with multiple turn lanes in every direction, the pedestrian overpasses complete with elevators and escalators, the casino entrances that opened up onto the Strip, the limited wayfinding signage, and the condition of the bus stops along the corridor. I spent about 5 hours visiting the Strip and looking at it in as much detail as I could. It wasn't a perfect, representative sample. I didn't see it on a holiday or a weekend or a special event like a football game. I was a visitor and that was my perspective. Locals, hotel staff, and frequent travelers to Vegas will likely have a different and more well-rounded conception of the space. Now, I don't think anyone would argue that the Las Vegas Strip isn't a unique space. I honestly can't think of any other place in the United States like it. Reno's casinos are downtown, more like Las Vegas's Fremont Street casinos. Outside of the United States, Monte Carlo is clearly a European space, completely unlike the suburban Strip in Vegas. Macau feels similar in scale, though it's more dense and urban overall. Many of Macau's casinos line the Avenida de Amizade. What is that street like? I've never been there, so I'm relying on Google Maps. But the street scale looks familiar, but I'm seeing more public transit. There's also some green space at the center of the street. but the sidewalks seem narrower and less accommodating than the strips. Where does all this information lead us? How do we develop an urban design solution to the problem we've identified using all the information we've collected? It's not a straightforward process, to be honest, but it's about finding connections between all of that data that point us in the right direction. The overall length of the strip is a fact that stuck with me. It's over 4 miles long. Other casino strips like the one in Macau are shorter, but they still have more mass transit than Las Vegas. Let's try this for a solution. A bus rapid transit system running through the center of Las Vegas Boulevard. Bus rapid transit systems often use articulated buses, collect fares off the bus, and run in dedicated lanes, making them a cost-effective alternative to heavy rail metro systems and even light rail systems, instead of the unfortunately named Deuce bus service that exists now. The design option that probably fits best includes dedicated lanes and center median stations. This leaves the curbside lane for cars to pull into casino hotels and shortens the crossing distance for pedestrians, making it essentially 2 separate crossings. Stations should be spaced about 3/4 of a mile apart or 1.2 kilometers apart. Here's one option that seems to provide convenient access for most major destinations from Mandalay Bay all the way up to downtown. Bus rapid transit can move a lot of people very quickly through a corridor on dedicated lanes. Systems in other parts of the world can move 15,000 to 40,000 passengers per hour per direction. A system like this on the Strip would provide enough capacity as Las Vegas continues to grow. This bus system will undoubtedly take cars off the road, which gives a whole new set of benefits. The street will be quieter, better on the lungs, and more safe. There won't be a need for these omnipresent fences that keep people corralled and separated from the roadway. It'll begin to feel more like a vibrant space than 2 sidewalks separated by a car moat. Good transit systems also link to other transit lines to create a full network. One conspicuous transit line is the Las Vegas monorail. The monorail's primary function, from what I can tell, is to connect Strip resort hotels to the convention center. It's not meant to help people circulate up and down the boulevard, so there's no real duplication here. The Mandalay Bay station could be a convenient transfer point between the lines. If you'd like to hear more about that mode of transportation, you can check out a video I did on the Las Vegas monorail over on Nebula. This is the 3rd monorail I've ridden for this channel, and it might be my favorite. This is just one of the many pieces of bonus content exclusive to Nebula I post, and I post about 1 short bonus video a month. Many of your other favorite creators post Nebula Plus content too, like Not Just Bikes, Wendover Productions, and Practical Engineering. All of that content comes without ads because there aren't any ads on Nebula. Nebula is great, and it's made even better thanks to our partnership with CuriosityStream. CuriosityStream is the source for high-quality, engaging documentaries. They have a great documentary on one of the icons of Las Vegas, Frank Sinatra. You can watch it and get a sense for the golden age of Las Vegas. It's worth checking out. We have a great deal where if you sign up for CuriosityStream using the link below, you get Nebula for free. That's not a free trial, but free as long as you're a CuriosityStream member. And they're running a special deal where you can get the entire year for 26% off. That's less than $15 a year for CuriosityStream and Nebula. Signing up is a great way of supporting this channel as well as the dozens of other creators working to make Nebula a success. Overall, it's just a really great deal too. So go sign up using the link in the description and get 26% off.